यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते तेनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। ॐ ज्ञानात्मने नमः। तीक्ष्णदंष्ट्रमहाकाय कल्पान्तदहनोपमा भैरवाय नमस्तुभ्यम् अनुज्ञां दातुमर्हसि। ॐ भैरवाय नमः। Namaste all. So in previous class we were having introduction as well as we were having some discussion about the terminologies which are all used in the first stanza of the Vijñāna Bhairava. Also we discussed about the title of the text. So all these points we have discussed. Today let us try to move to the real text and where the Bhairavi is asking the question to the Bhairava. This all on behalf of all of us. She is asking, being a mother, she is asking question for us, not for her. So this is the very important concept when it comes to the Vedic or Tantric tradition. There's the beautiful statement, na kaschid bruyat, na prishtah kaschitid bruyat. It means if it is not asked, you should not tell anything. For example, somebody is doing something and if they don't ask you, you need not tell. So anything good thing should be asked, then that should be told. That is the tantric tradition, that is Vedic tradition. So if you look at any scriptures, they say this, the kind of the aspects. If you look at any Puranas, there are some rishis, they go to the guru and they will ask the question, then the Purana starts. And if you look at any smritis and all the pupils, they are going to the teacher and they are asking question, then the answer starts. So there should be question. Without having the questions, answer should not be given. For example, I am not surrendered person and I'm doing some mistake and you are a very good scholar and you are seeing my mistakes. So you're seeing my mistake. Initially, you should not try to correct my mistakes. That's how scripture says. Because I may have some karma to experience these mistakes, then I go to the next level. So otherwise, if I ask you, I am surrendered to you, and then you have rights to correct me and you have to take care of all the corrections. If I am not surrendered, if I am not asking, then I am not deserved to get the correction. So that's how the tradition says. Here also you can see the Bhairavi is part of Bhairava and they don't have different heart. They are considered as a kind of the Ardhanarishwara. The both are one entity. It is considered like that. And they have same mind. But still, why this Bhairavi needs to ask the question to the Bhairava? And Bhairava directly can understand what is there in the mind of the Bhairavi. What is there in the mind of Parvati that can be easily understood by the Bhairava. He can directly give the answer. But no, he is giving the answer when Parvati or the Bhairavi is asking the question. This talks about the tradition. It means if somebody is asking you, then only you are allowed to give the answer. So there are many people are doing mistakes in this world. We can't change everybody. Only some people are having kind of the karma to move to the correct path. So in that way, you can help them. So even if you look at the Bhagavad Gita, so in the first chapter, Krishna never speaks. He speaks only in the second chapter when Arjuna is keeping all his arrow bow down and his ego is melted and he surrendered to the Krishna. Oh Krishna, tell me what to do. So then only Krishna opens his mouth. You see any kind of the text, so directly the supreme consciousness or the great people, they don't talk. So that should be the kind of the question from the student side, then only they talk. So this nature we are able to see here also. The first thing is Bhairavi is asking the question, and asking question is not easy. Please remember that you need to have the knowledge, then only you can ask the question. You need to have the experience, then only you can ask the question. So you should have confusion, then only you are able to ask the question. All the philosophies will start with the questions. Even many people, they say that research starts from the problem, or research starts from the questions. If you don't have the confusion, if you don't have the questions, if you don't have the kind of the ambiguity, you cannot start research, you cannot start study, you cannot go in the path of the knowledge. So that's the reason Parvati is starting the question. So question is related to what? Question is clearly related to the experience. So she is trying to experience Bhairava. To experience the Bhairava, there are different ways. She doesn't know what is the right way to experience the Bhairava. So that's the reason she is asking the question. What is Bhairava? The Bhairava is pure consciousness in this context. So Bhairava has different meanings, but in this context, you can consider Bhairava as kind of the pure consciousness or our true nature. So that is Bhairava. She want to experience. There are many paths. Somebody says that chanting, somebody says that the practicing mantras, somebody says that practicing the mudras or the asanas. There are different practices. So she doesn't know with what practice you can experience the Bhairava. So that's the reason she is asking question. Just imagine, I want to taste sweet on my tongue. So sweet is taste. I have to eat something which contains sweetness. Then only I can experience. In the same way, to experience the Bhairava, she needs some dharana. She needs some tool. She needs some path. For that reason, she is asking what is the right path to experience. Just imagine, I come in front of you, then I say, I want to taste some sweet. Okay, I want to taste some sweet, I say. Then will you say that eat bitter gourd, you'll able to experience the sweetness? No, you don't say that. You say that, so eat some chocolate or eat some apple or mango, whatever, which contains sweetness that you'll guide. In the same way, now she is expecting some guidance from the Bhairava, where she can, through which dharana she is able to experience the Bhairava. So that's the reason she is asking the question. So now what is her question? Let us try to understand. She has question related to the practice, because already she said that she has lot of experience with the practices. So her question is related. Kim rupam tattvato deva shabdarashi kalamayam. So is it, can I experience divine consciousness through the shabda? Through the chanting of the Om or through the chanting of the mantras? Is it possible? And again she asks, Kimva Navatma Bhedena. There are 9 energies of Shiva. If I worship or if I practice with that, will I able to experience the Bhairava? Or Bhairave Bhairavakrato Trishiro Veda Bhinnamba. If I experience 3 different heads of Shiva, which is considered as a para, apara, and parapara, if I practice this, will I able to experience Shiva? Or Shakti Trayatmaka, through Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti, can I experience Shiva Bhairava? Is it possible? Or Nada Bindu Mayam, through the Nada will I able to experience? Nada is the kind of the essence of the sound which is eternal, which is not changing. So will I able to experience Shiva or the Bhairava through that? And Bindu, so there is the 2 bindus in our body according to the tantras, which is called as Chandra Bindu and Surya Bindu. So will I able to experience through this? Or Chandrardha Nirodhikaha. Will I able to experience Bhairava when creation stops? Means thought process is getting stopped? Or will I able to experience Bhairava in my chakras? Where? How? I don't know. So she's asking all the traditional practices. So whatever she is asking, these are all already existing traditional practices. So that's the reason she is asking this question. Let us try to go little deeper in her questions one by one. So her first question is related to the Shabda. You know what is Shabda? And it is a very the important and very what I can say, the complicated question. When you say Shabda in at least in four philosophies, they have discussed almost all the 600 pages about this Shabda. Just if you translate, Shabda means sound. Shabda means sound. But in this context, Shabda has different, because entire world is working with the Shabda, with the sound. In entire world, if there is no sound, it will become so dark. There is no concept of the communication. The birds are there having language, animals they are having language, insects they are having language. Everybody are having the communication through the Shabda. And there's the great poet called as Bana. He says that idamandha tamah kritsnam jayeta bhuvanatrayam yadi shabda hvayan jyotihi asamsaram nadipyata. So he says that in case if there is no shabda, there is no the sound to communicate, this entire universe will become dark, because there is no connecting point, there is no connecting the to share your feeling, there is no other way which is very the effective. So that's the reason Shabda is considered as the greatest tool to communicate with the supreme consciousness. It is not only to communicate within us, it's also the great tool through which we are able to communicate with the supreme consciousness. So sometimes child doesn't know what child is speaking, but mother will understand what child is speaking. Even child doesn't know what child is speaking, but mother will understand what child is speaking. So child is speaking for what child is expecting, mother easily able to understand. It means the even though whatever we chant, whatever we practice, if we don't know the meaning of it, if we don't know the explanation of it, still the supreme consciousness knows that why this guy is doing this. That connects us with the supreme consciousness. So that's the reason Shabda is the greatest practice. So that's the reason Bhairavi is keeping that as a first question. So the first priority to Shabda, she is telling. So what is Shabda here? Let us try to see. Shabda is sound, you can see on the screen. Shabda Brahma or Parabrahma, beyond sound. So most of the people you may heard about the Saguna and Nirguna. Saguna means you worship anything with the attributes. And Nirguna means you worship or you practice without attributes, imageless or formless. So you practice, you start with the Shabda and you end with the Shunya, means with the no sound. There is no attributes. It starts from the Shabda Brahma. So sound, you start any practice with the sound, you are loudly chanting, you are uttering the mantra, but finally after the uttering the mantra, after the chanting the mantra, what you feel inside, the vibration, so that is that cannot be explained, that cannot be the expressed to other people. So just that can be just experienced. Just imagine when you are taking the shower, you do many things. You put the water on it and then the soap, and again you rub your body, and again you put the water and you take the towel and mop the body. All these things you do when you are feeling the freshness of this bathing, you don't have water there, you don't have the soap there, you don't have the towel there, just you have freshness, nothing else. In the same way, when you are chanting, you are sitting in the proper posture, and your drishti will be proper, and you are using your breath, and you are thinking about the melody and the meter, and all these things you do. After completion of the recitation, what remains? Will you be able to express that? No, it is just like after taking the shower, I'm feeling fresh, you say. Just you say fresh. What is freshness? You cannot explain that what is freshness, just it can be felt. In the same way, so the sound, after practicing with the sound, what you feel, that is real Bhairava experience that comes in future for the when we are talking about the dharana. So that's the reason Devi means Bhairavi is asking question. So Shabda, is it Brahman, or through this should I experience the Bhairava? How I have to do it? I don't know. So please give me the clarification of it, she is asking. So let us try to go little deeper, because so that later I need not explain much about it. Just I can explain about the methodology for the practice, so that you know what is Shabda, and then just if I explain about the methodology, then you can take for the practice, or you can understand the methodology. So that's the reason let us go little deeper about this practice. So there is Anuttara, is the supreme reality through the Shabda. What you experience through the Shabda at the final, that is called as Anuttara. It means after that there is nothing. That is called as Anuttara. So which is the last point of experience, which is the end point of your experience, that is called as Anuttara. So let us try to see the last line, then I will come back to the other lines. The here, para, pashyanti, madhyama, and vaikhari. These are the 4 level of this sound. And I don't know how many of you heard the Vedic part called as Devi Sukta. This para, pashyanti, madhyama, and vaikhari wonderfully explained in the Devi Sukta. चत्वारि वा आक्पदानि तानि विदुर्ब्राह्मणागे मनीषिणः गुहात्रीणि निहितानेङ्गयन्ति तुरीयं वाचो मनुष्या वदन्ति. So this is the one Chatvari. Chatvari va akpadani. Chatvari means what? 4. Vak. There are 4 vak. Vak means speech. Chatvari va akpadani. Trini chatvari va akpadani. Tani vidur brahmana emanishinaha. The real practitioners, the Brahmanas, means who are all wondering for the Brahman, who are all trying to experience the Brahman, they know the secret of these 4 vak. Chatvari va atpadani tani vidur brahmana ye manishinaha. They are manishinaha. Manishinaha means what? Who are all investigating through their mind, who are all investigating through their internal senses, means mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, with all these senses who are trying to investigate inside. They are all called as manishinaha, means the scholarly with their practice, they are trying to discover the internal energy or internal consciousness or internal wealth. So they are all called as manishinahas. Chatvari va akpadani तानि विदुर ब्राह्मणा गे मनीषिणः गुहा त्रीणि. Guha means what? Cave. Secretly 3 things are kept inside. Nobody know. 3 things are kept inside, which is called as para, pashyanti, and madhyama. They're all in the guha. Guha treni nihita nengayanti. There are 3 things very important, which is called as para, pashyanti, and madhyama. They are inside. Turiyam vacho manushya vadanti. The last one, vaikhari, will be used by the manushas. Manushas means human beings. The last part, only the vaikhari, we know that. What is vaikhari? What you are able to listen through your ears, what I am delivering from my mouth, this is called as vaikhari. So this is the final one. This is going to die now itself when it is coming out of my mouth. So it is the last point. You know, you have a tree in front of your house, and you can't see the tree, but only the dry leaves are coming in front of your tree and falling. So with that, by seeing those dry leaves, you are assuming next to your house somewhere there is a tree. You're not able to see the tree. You're every day mopping and sweeping the leaves, the dry leaves of the tree, and you're just inferring, you're just guessing somewhere tree is existing. It means our Vaikhari is, that's all. It's coming something, but from where it is coming, and the real beauty is inside. Once you go under the green tree, and which has lot of flower and fruits, when you see that, you're so happy rather than just seeing the dry leaves which is falling in front of your house, and every day you're mopping or sweeping. So here the Guha Treni, the three walks, which is called as Para, Pashyanti and Madhyama, which is there internally, there you need to start practice. This Vaikhari is Manushas. Everybody are using it. You know, the orally what comes out, it has less energy. You don't try to go outside through Vaikhari. Try to go from where Vaikhari is coming. So that from where the Madhyama is coming, from where Pashyanti is coming, from where Para is coming. So try to go to the root. Don't try to go away from the root. So the Manushya, the tendency of the Manushya, the human, is going away from the root, not going to the root. So many times I say, we want to go towards the object through the eyes. We don't want to go from where eyes is seeing. You know, we don't want to know that from where eyes is seeing. We want to know that what eyes is seeing. I hope you are able to get what I'm trying to say. So we are always want to go out, not inside. So here also the para is internal. The para pashyant is little bit external again. Madhyama is again external. Vaikari is totally outside. It's not there in. So we have to climb down from Vaikari to Para, then our sadhana will progress. Most of the time, even when we are chanting, so sorry. So most of the time, even whenever we are chanting, what happens? So how beautiful my tone is, how loud is my tone is, how much it is appreciated by other people, how melodious this is. So this all about the Vaikhari. Please remember, this all about the Vaikhari. It is nothing to do with the Madhyama, Pashyanti and Para. But of course, it is originated from the Para, Pashyanti and Madhyama. There is no doubt. It started from there. But don't try to be only with this letters and the sound. This Shabda is not only this. The Shabda is which cannot be expressed through your vocal cord. It is inside. See, we say that Shabda Nitya. Please remember that. Shabda Nitya. Shabda Nitya means Shabda cannot be created. Sound can be created. Shabda cannot be created because it's already existing. So just imagine I say Shiva. Shiva. Actually, when I say Shiva, this word is not created. Just I expressed the existing word. You know, if I create, nobody can understand. Every word is existing in your mind. When I use the sound, those words will come up and they will give the feelings or experience to you. It's already existing in your mind. So that's the reason the words Shabda is Nityas, always existing. The Nada or the sound which is coming out of my mouth, it is Abhivyajyaka. Abhivyajyaka means which will help you to experience. So you are able to experience through the sound. Sound is not creating. Sound is not creator. Even sound is not created. I mean, Shabda, sorry, I should not use the word sound. I should use the word Shabda. The Shabda is not created, means it's already existing. So just imagine your eyes is closed. In your mind, you are telling Om Namah Shivaya. Do you consider this is Shabda or not? So this is also Shabda because it is there, it is giving the experience of the Shiva consciousness through your mind. So that's the reason that is also Shabda. Shabda need not be always loud. So when it comes to the common language, Shabda means sound, and sound should be always perceived through the ears. But here Shabda need not perceive through your ears. Shabda can be experienced through your heart, or it can be experienced through your mind. So now here, aham, most of the time you use this soham. Many of you may heard this. Hamsa. So many of we heard this, the words. Hamsa, soham, 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 soham. When you split the word soham, saha, aham, that is soham. Saha, aham is soham. Okay, so let us not think about this saha, aham. What is aham? If you look at the tantric text, it has matrikas. What are the matrikas? A, I, U. It goes on up to the ha, ya, ra, la, va, sha, sa, ha. It ends with ha. What is the first letter? A. What is the last letter? Ha. What is, when you bring both together, what happened? Aha. So with the anuswara, with the bindu, it became aham. Aham means what? Combination of Parashakti and Bhairava. So that is called as aham. A is prakasha, you can see on the screen. So sorry. Para is, the is prakasha, means brightness, and Shiva, Bhairava or Purusha or Brahman. The is represented by all this energy. Ha is actually ego. Ha is identification. Ha is tangible. Ha can be experienced through the senses. That is Vimarsha. If from the tantric aspect, if you want to say, that can be called as Vimarsha. If you want to call from the Puranic aspect, then that can be called as Shakti. And even you want to call through this particular text, which is called as Vijñāna Bhairava, then that can be called as Bhairavi. And if you want to call from the aspect of the Sankhya philosophy, that can be called as Prakriti. You want to call that is through the Vedanta philosophy, that can be called as Maya. So on. This is called as the Prakriti. Ha is representation of Prakriti. Now I am sitting in front of the computer. Who am I? Who am I? I am aham, means combination of this Maya and Brahman, combination of Purusha and Prakriti, combination of all these things. But when we say soham, saha, aham, so hum, when I add the sa, the hum is saying that I'm not ha, actually I'm sa. It means I am the same. This is the combination of Brahman and Brahman, nothing else. This is the combination of Bhairava and Bhairava. This is the combination of Purusha and Purusha, nothing else. So Sa is avoiding the meaning, but Saha is changing the meaning of the hum. That's the reason when we are chanting Soham, 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 it means I am that Brahman, I am supreme consciousness. This and that is not different. So far, I was thinking that this and this is different because ha is different from the So now I'm separating the ha and I'm realizing and sa is same. That's not different. So that's the reason here you can see the to ha, the Brahman and the Vimarsha. So what is our duty now? In the tantric practice, even in the Vijñāna Bhairava, if you go to the very, very traditional commentaries, they talk about the Vyutkrama Matrika Abhyasa. Vyutkrama Matrika Abhyasa means what? So initially you will start the Matrika mantra practice, Dharana practice. It can be done by anybody. So you are holding your hand with the Anjali Mudra and you're facing towards the east or the west or the north. So three directions are recommended, and so you make the hand with the Anjali Mudra, then you start the Matrika practice. Om Am Im Eem Um Om Ram 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 Aim Aim Om Aum Kam Kham Gam Gham Ngam Cham Cham Jam Jham Nyam Tam Tham Dam Dham Nam Tam Tham Dam Dham Nam Pam Pham Bam Bham Mam Yam Ram Lam Vam Sham Sham Sam Ham Soham Saha. So this is called as Matrikanyasa. So Matrika practice. So then later it will be done Vyutkrama. Vyutkrama means how? Sham, lam, lam, sham, sham, sam, vam, lam, ram, yam, mam, dham, mam, dham, bam, tham, bam, nam. It comes opposite side. So means you're starting from the Prakriti to the which is Parameshwara or the Bhairava. So Parvati is asking now, the Bhairavi is asking the question, should I experience or should I find Bhairava inside through the Shabda Rashi Kalamayam? Shabda Rashi. Rashi means what? The group or the hill. The Shabda means the hills of letter, hills of sound. And Kala, each sound, each letter has the Kala. Kala means what? It's kind of the feel which you can feel the kind of the experience of the each letter, that will be called as Kala. So the literally meaning of Kala is art. The literally meaning of Kala is art. But here in this context, Kala means energy or the kind of the strength of letter, that will be called as Kala. So can I experience Bhairava through this practice? So that's the first question asked by the Bhairavi. And next, so she's go to the Kimva Navatma Bhedena Bhairave Bhairavakritau. Next question she is asking, how can I there is another practice with the Navatma Bhedena. So just imagine puzzles. Most of the people, that. So the kind of the solving the puzzles. So you have the box of piece of the images, and now you have to collect all together. Then you see what is that image. When you join all together in the proper order, you see what is that image. In the same way, after getting birth on this planet, our life became like this puzzle. We have everything in our bag, but the big problem is how to organize all these things. I can see my real beauty if I bring all the picture in the same order, in the proper order. When I see my face every time in front of the mirror, someday I look so anxiety, someday I'm angry, someday disappointed, someday so happy, someday, the flying, someday sinking. So I don't know what is real image of it. So every day it is changing. And I'm trying to reconnect and rearrange, reorganize, but I'm not able to see this what it is properly. So to reorganize it, to experience the real nature of me, I have to use the proper number. Just imagine you just turn back the piece of that puzzle. If you write the number, to try it, and you see the number, already number is written there. You see the number and organize properly. So then with the number, what happens? The image comes perfectly. You don't have any problem because already number is written backside. So in the same way here, Navashaktis, there are 9 different energy of the Shiva or the Bhairava. By worshipping it, by invoking that, or by reactivating within, so we are able to experience the Bhairava. So that has been explained here with the second question. Kim va navatma bhedena bhairave bhairavakritau. Through the 9 different types of energy, can I experience Bhairava? In this 9 energy, there are two different traditions. Some people they say with the 9 seed letters. Some people they say that 9 different energies which comes in the Rudra. The Rudra is the part of the Veda. So in that also we are able to see that. So you can see left side, the Vama, Jeshta, Raudri, Vama, Jeshta, Raudri, Kali, and Kalavikarani, Balavikarani, Balapramathini, Manonmani, and Sarva Bhuta Damani. So these are the 9 energies of the Bhairava. And you can see the meaning of it. Vama. So in the Vedas it comes Vama Deva Yanamo Jeshta Yanama Shreshta Yanamo Rudra Yanama Kala Yanama Kala Vikarana Yanamo Bala Yanamo Bala Vikarana Yanamo Bala Pramathana Yanamo Manonmana Yanamaha. So these are the names reorganized through the tantras. So that is considered as a energy of the Bhairava. So these are the energies. If I experience it, so there is the worship of the Panchamurtis, 5 elements of the universe. So all the 5 elements they have this Navashaktis. So in that the Bhairava or the Rudra also have this Navashaktis. So that is the kind of the strength, energy of the Navashakti. When you bring all these Shaktis together, that will help you to experience the Bhairava. As I always give this example, when you just lick the lemon, it is so sour. When you just drink the water, it is almost tasteless. When you just eat sugar, it is only sweet. Now bring all 3 together and keep it in a glass, little water, spoon of sugar, half of lemon, squeeze it and just, mix it and drink. It is lemon juice. It is tasty. In the same way, all these 9 energies, when you see in a different way, it looks like it has different purpose and it looks like it has the different strength. But when you bring all together, it is not Vama, it is not Jeshta, it is not Raudri, it is not Kali, it is just Bhairava. So if you want to experience all, you have to bring all together by experiencing it. So next one, the right side you can see the Bijaksharas. Sham, it is called as Akasha Bija, the space. And Ram is Agni Bija. It means it is fire. And Ksham, it is called as Jnana Bija or Kshetrajna Bija. And then there is Mam, which is related to the mind, Mano Bija. And Lam is Prithvi Bija. Vam is Jala, means water. Yam is Vayu, means air. Nam is it has different meanings in the different this thing, but Nam is kind of the pranidhana, surrendering, and it is also having the meaning of the separating the bondage, also having the meaning connecting or creating the bondage, separating from the materialistic world, creating the bondage with the internal world. There are many meanings for the Nam. And Pranava Bija means the Bija of the supreme sound. In the Om, you can see the middle letter is U. So that is is the middle letter of the Om. So that's the reason that is called as Pranava Bija. So all these Bijaksharas, through this Bijaksharas, you can experience them in the different chakras, in the different place of the body. For example, Akasha Bija is the place of the Vishuddha Chakra or Vishuddhi Chakra. So, Akasha means what? Vishuddhi Chakra is located where? So, in the throat. So, what is connection with the Akasha? If you look at the Nyaya philosophy, they say Shabda Gunakam Akasham. Shabda Gunakam Akasham means what? So, which helps you to experience the sound and which helps you to take the sound in the atmosphere or where sound travels, that is called as Akasha. The place of sound is called as Akasha. The Vishuddhi is the place of the sound. So below Vishuddhi, the three things you can see, Para, Pashyanti and Madhyama. Above Vishuddhi, you can see Vaikhari. So this is the kind of the place of transformation. So the sound was, the Shabda was soundless, and when it goes above the Vishuddhi, it is getting the sound. So this is the place of Vishuddha, and Akasha, the place of either or the space. So then Ram is the Agni Bija, the fire, and it is there with the Manipura Chakra. So the Manipura Chakra is located where? So the Manipura is almost all in the navel. So if you look at the measurement, in the different tantras, they talk about the different angulas from Muladhara to the this Swadhisthana. What is the distance with the angulas? So in future, in the Vijñāna Bhairava itself, will see that, because we need to know about the where we need to do the dharana, where we need to take our awareness. So here also, the Manipura Chakra is filled with the fire. So that's the reason we have the digestion system in that place. So fire is connected with the Manipuraka, and the fire, the Ram, is working with that. And next one is Ksham, is nothing to do with the chakras, but it is Bhairava Tattva or the Kshetrajna, or it is considered as a Jnana Chakra, means the form of the wisdom or the experience. And Mam is mind. It is the principle of the moon. It is also the concept of the fluctuation, distraction. All this will be represented by the Mam said. Lam is Prithvi, earth. It is located to the Mooladhara Chakra, and Mooladhara Chakra is connected to the earth. So that's the reason, even whenever we are worshipping anything, we say that we have to start from the Ganesha, because Ganesha is residing in the Mooladhara, and the first element which can be experienced, that is earth. So that's the reason the Mooladhara Chakra is connected to the earth, and the Bija, the seed, is Lam. And then the Vam is Jalabija, the water, which is there in the Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana is the place of what? The Swadhisthana is above to the Mooladhara Chakra, below Manipura. So the here Jalachakra and urinary bladder and all the water content is more stocked there, and that is the place of the water. So that's the reason it is considered as a lump. But it is not only in that place. The water, if you look at the the science, or if you look at the philosophies, they say that almost all 70 more than 70% water content is there in the body. Okay, but more the water content you can see in the Swadhisthana area in that place. So that is connected to the letter Vam or the Bijakshara Vam. And Yam is the next one, Vayu, which is there in the Anahata Chakra. So Anahata Chakra is above Manipura and below Vishuddha in the heart. So that is the place of the prana. That is the place of the pranavayu, and that's the reason that is called as that is associated with the seed Vam. And next one is Yam. Located in the Anahata, that is the seed letter is Yam, and next Nam is connector. You can even call that is as a Sushumna, which connects everything, which bonds everything. And is the supreme. It is kind of the consciousness beyond Sahasrara, not even Sahasrara. Later we will talk about the the Ajna, and there is the Angula between Vishuddha Sahasrara and Ajna. There is the space between there. You need to do the dharana, that also explained in the next part of the Vijñāna Bhairava. But this question she is asking, see, why am I trying to explain all these aspects? Just I could have said that, oh, Kimva Navatma Bhedena Bhairave Bhairavakratau. So should I experience Bhairava through the nine energies? Just I can say this, translate this. But if I say this, what is the reason behind her question? We are not able to understand. That's the reason I'm trying to go a little deeper with these other concepts. So next question is related to the Trishiro Bheda Bhinnam Va. So there are threefold of the Trika, and already we discussed about this. So if you look at the there is the Upanishad and that different text which talks about the Trishira Tantra, means which is deals with the Trishira, means it talks about the para and apara and para. So this, so for this, for the Trishira, there is the Bijakshara also. So the Shiva, Shakti and Nara, these three things together, it is called as Trishira. Nara is totally materialistic and gross body, mortal, and then Shakti is creator, or the by which the creation happens, and Shiva is supreme consciousness. So our practice will start from the Nara, means I am not. If you look at the Vedanta philosophy, there is the practice called as Neti Neti. I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. I'm not mind, I'm not breath, I'm not body, I'm not this beauty, I'm not this strength, I'm not this intelligence. So I say Neti 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 Neti. First Naratva, you understand what is Nara? Nara means human. The body which is constructed with 72,000 nerves, the body which is constructed with the seven dhatus, tissues, the body which is constructed with the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, the body which is constructed with the five elements called earth, water, fire, wind, and space, and the body which is constructed with the 24 tattvas, which has been explained in the Sankhya philosophy, that is Nara. So that is nothing to do with the the supreme consciousness. This is just mortal, and it is perishable. It's always changing. In the if you look at from the Buddhism, it is considered as a kind of the kshanika, transitory. So in the Buddhism they have four different types of the divisions. They say that sarvam shunyam shunyam kshanikam kshanikam dukkhamayam dukkhamayam. So the kshanikam, everything is transitory, nothing is permanent. And sarvam dukkham, everything is painful, everything is painful, everything is painful. And shunyam, everything is emptiness, everything is emptiness. So they go like this. So here also Nara. means the understanding the real nature of the Nara, the gross life, the gross body. So understanding that and finally understanding that is not. So that start from the Nara. And next one is Shakti. The Shakti, you can say even Prana is also kind of the Prana Shakti, we say. The Shakti means the binding nature, which binds all these things. Just imagine you might have the mala, the rudraksha or the spatika, the mala. So mala, is it one or different? Actually, mala is combination of different seeds. It is not one. Inside there is one thread but different beads. All beads are together because inside there is one thread which is binding them. The Shakti is like that, which binds three qualities together, which binds the five elements together, which binds 24 qualities together. It is kind of the Shakti. So this is called as Shakti, but I am not even that. And finally, Shiva. What is Shiva? The beads are not Shiva. The threads are not Shiva. Shiva is just beauty of mala. The Shiva is not even thread, Shiva is not even beads. Shiva is beyond these two things. But Shiva is just the beauty of the mala. Mala, the beauty is not even seed, beauty is not even thread. The beauty is beyond all these things, but beauty cannot be experienced without these two. So that's the reason moving from Naratva to Shakti, Shakti to the Shiva. So is it kind of the real practice? The she is asking. And if you look at the Pratyabhijna Tantra, and that is the quite famous tantra that also talks about the Bijakshara Sauhu, which is representing the all these tattvas. Sauhu, Parabija, Hridaya Bija, and Prasada Bija. So these are the three. Actually, Sauhu contains these are the letters. The Sa, Au, Hu. So these are the three syllables are there. So that will be called as Parabija, Hridaya Bija, and Prasada Bija. So for example, the first one is Sa represents the earth or the Maya, including 31 Shaiva Tattvas. There are Shaiva Tattvas. I don't want to talk about that now. If I talk about that again, it will go, one more session for it. I don't want to get a distraction. Just keep it in your mind. Sau is representing the Tattvas of the Shiva and Maya, and it is more related to gross, means earth. So then Au is representing Shakti, which is called as Sudha Vidya. Sudha Vidya means the knowledge of Amrita, means immortality, elixir. Or Au is representation of the Ishvara and Sadashiva. Ha is representation of the union of Shiva and Shakti. So then if you see all together, Sa is Nara, Au is Shiva, which is supreme. Ha is combination of Shiva and Shakti, which is Para and Apara. Therefore, Sau is the symbolism of the Nara, Shakti and Shiva. So she is telling that by the practice of the seed letter Sauhu, can I experience you? O Bhairava, is it possible to experience you with these three? So far we covered three questions. So the first question, can I experience you through the Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikhari with the sound, the practice of the sound or the Shabda? The second question she is asking, can I experience you through the nine, the different energies or the nine different seeds? And the third question she is asking, can I experience you through the neti neti or the practice of Sauhu, means coming from the Nara and going to the Shakti and finally experiencing the Shiva. Is this the right method to experience? So these are the three questions are asked by the Bhairavi. So answer we have to wait. So with this maybe we can conclude. Namaste.